Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Alright, so before we start our discussion, let me introduce my co-reporters for today.
My name is Kevin Dindot.
I am Alvina Bagot.
And I am Ricky Padilla.
Oops, I am Princess Leanne Bayan. Alright, so again, before we start our discussion, can I ask you a question? So the question is, how are you today? So may I have 5 students to please express what they are feeling today? So you can come in front and show us or choose a character there and express yourself. And how are you feeling today? Yes, Miss Leslie. I'll choose a character, the inside out first, and then do it. Joy.
I choose joy because I feel happy because I love the card demonstrated for SCEN drama.
Yes. Alright, so Heavenly, can you tell us how you are feeling today? So when you choose this class, of course you have to do the emotion.
I feel disgust because I'm too lucky.
Perfect. Next, Hannah.
Why?
So you're feeling sad today. How about Destiny? How are you feeling today?
I feel angry
Oh my God.
because of the very kati-kati that happened to me today. Hopefully, I will conquer this kati-kati because I'm from Makati.
Alright, so thank you for sharing how do you feel today. I will now call in Mr. Kevin Tindot for our simple activity.
Okay, so before we delve into the story, I have here a simple riddle for you. So our first riddle, and if you know the answer of the riddle, just raise your hand and I'll call you. So first riddle, I stand rooted, giving all I have. I return each season, taking all I need. What am I? Yes, Miss Alina.
I am a tree.
Yes, it is a tree. Our second riddle, I walk on 2 legs, think and speak, but I once climbed trees just to peek. Who am I? Yes, Mr. P.
I am a boy.
Okay, so now that we've mentioned both the tree and the man, let's discover their story in The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. But before we start, let's have our popcorn group.
So a while ago, we have sent you the PDF file of the story. Okay. So that's with Leslie.
One
Yeah. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. The boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and take king of the forest.
He would climb on her trunk and swing from her branches and pick apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shoes. And the boy loved the tree very much. And the tree was happy.
But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. And one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches, and eat apples and play in my shade, and be happy." "I am big. I am too big to climb up and play," said the boy.
I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. I'm sorry, said the tree, but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy.
And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad.
And then one day, the boy came back and the tree shook with joy, and she said,
Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy. I'm too busy to climb trees, said the boy. I want a house to keep me warm, he said. I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house? I have no house, said the tree. The forest is my house, but you may cut up my branches and build a house. Then you'll be happy.
And so the boy cut up their branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy.
Okay, so I will continue in this. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy. She could hardly speak. Come, boy, she whispered. Come and play. I am too old and sad to play, said the boy. I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat? Cut off my trunk and make a boat, said the tree. You will sail away and be happy. And so the boy cut down her trunk and made the boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not free.
And after a long time, the boy came back again. I am sorry, boy, said the tree, but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone. My teeth are so good. For apples, said the boy. My branches are gone, said the tree. You cannot swing on them. I am too old to swing on branches, said the boy. My trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb.
I am too tired to climb, said the boy. I am sorry, sighed the tree. I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump. I am sorry. I don't eat very much now, said the boy. It's a quiet place to sleep and rest. I am very tired. Well, said the tree, straightening herself as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. And that is the end of the story of the giving tree. Now let's move on to our discussion part to discuss the elements of the story. So may we have Miss Alvina to discuss it for us.
So we are now going to discuss about the five character types that appear in fiction. So who knows what is character? Yes, Miss Heavenly.
So a character is a representation of people, animals, or even entities that drive the plot and interact with each other.
Yes, that is correct. So let's delve on the first character. The first character. The first type of character is dynamic character. When we say dynamic character, it is a character that changes significantly over the story. The second type is the round character. A round character is fully developed and showing complex traits. The third character is the flat character. A flat character has one or two simple traits and does not develop that much. And the fourth type of character is the static character. A static character stays the same throughout the story. And the fifth character is the stock character. A stock character is a stereotypical character that is instantly recognizable. So my question is, what do you think what type of character does the tree is? Yes, Ms. Bishan.
Ma'am, I think that the tree is a static and flat character because she does not change internally. She remains loving, selfless, and giving throughout the story. And flat because she mainly represents one major trait, unconditional love and generosity.
Yes, that is right. Now, and how about the boy in the story? Yes, Miss Heavenly.
I believe that the boy is a dynamic character because a dynamic and round character because over time, the boy changes from a carefree child and to a demanding adult, and finally to a tired old man.
Yes.
Round because he shows many sides of human nature, which is innocence, selfishness, ambitious, and later bitterness.
Yes, that is right. Now may I call on the next reporter to report what? So the setting, in simple terms, the setting answers question like, where does the story take place? Like for example, is in a forest, a city, or a school? When does it happen? For example, is in the past, present, or future, during the day or at night? And answers the question, what is the atmosphere or environment, like happy, gloomy, or tense? May I call on the next reporter?
Okay, so the next one is we have the plot. So when we say plot, this means that every event in the story is planned and connected. One event leads to another because of cause and effect. That something happens and it causes something else to happen next. That is for the plot. And then we have here the 5 parts of the plot, which is the first one is the exposition. So when we say exposition, this is the beginning of the story. It is where the readers understand who, what, where, and when, and sometimes why, the whys of the story. So writers may present exposition in different ways, but it is present in all genres and styles of storytelling. So in this story, we have the exposition that establishes the young boy's joyful relationship with the tree. That is for the exposition in our story a while ago. And then we have here next the rising action. So the rising action includes the series of events that make the story more complex. The central conflict is introduced and the tension begins to build on this part. This event takes place because of between the exposition and the climax. So for the giving tree, the rising action focuses on the boy's increasing demands on the tree as he ages. Now we have here the climax. So when we say climax, the climax is the turning point of the story. So it is the moment when the tension reaches its highest and also outcomes becomes uncertain. So the climax can be seen as the 3-part process. And then next one is falling action. So for the falling action, this is the stage where the conflict begins to resolve and the story moves towards into conclusion. Okay. So in the story a while ago, the falling action here is where the tree is reduced to a stump and the boy returns to it as an old man. And now we have here the resolution. So this is the final part of the plot. It reveals the outcome of the story and ties up any remaining loose ends. So for the giving tree, of course, the ending was the boy, now an old man, returning to the tree which has become a stump. So that is for the plot of the story. And next one we have here the conflict. So when we say conflict, this is the key part of the story. It is the struggle or the problem that happens in the story. So any story may contain one main conflict or several minor conflicts. So that is it for conflict and plot. Next one we have theme and meaning.
Now let's move on to the theme and meaning. So what is theme? Everyone please read.
Theme is the main message, lesson, or the central idea in a story.
So it is actually the what the author wants to make the readers think about or learn. So we have actually different examples of themes such as love, courage, friendship, or the struggle between good and evil. So for example, in Cinderella, the theme in Cinderella is all about kindness and patience. And in Hunger Games, there's a major theme which is fighting against what? They're fighting against injustices and oppression. And next one we have our mood. Mood is the overall feeling or atmosphere created for a reader. So authors create mood through word choice, imagery, setting, and tone. It affects how readers emotionally respond to the story. For example, in a scary story with dark forests and strange noises, the mood might be, of course, tense or spooky. And in a story about war and loss, the mood could be sad or somber. So, what do you think is the theme of The Giving Tree? Yes, Miss Morales.
One theme is selfless love and sacrifice, as the tree gives everything. It has to make the boy happy without expecting anything.
Okay, what about the mood of The Giving Tree? Yes, Miss Serkinia.
So, the mood of the reader changes throughout the story. At first, it was joyful and peaceful as the boy and the tree play. And as the story goes on, the mood changes, becomes more sad and lonely and reflective. Readers may feel sympathy for the tree and think about the nature giving too much to us.
That's to discuss the moral of the lesson. May I call on our next presenter, Miss Claire.
Our teachers already discussed the elements of the story. Now, let's focus on the most important part of the elements of the story. So what do you think is the most important part of the elements of the story? It is
The moral of the story.
Alright, it is the moral of the story. So can any one of you define what is the moral in the story? So what is that is moral of the story? Hannah. Miss Hannah.
I think the moral of the story is a value or something that can be taken from the story.
Alright, so a moral is a lesson or message about right and wrong behavior that a story expects. It helps us understand how to treat others and make good decisions in life. So a while ago, so why do you think I said a while ago that it is the most important part of the elements in a story? Why do you think so? Yes, Mr. Justin.
I think it is the crucial and the most important part of the elements of the story because it is where readers learn something that they can apply to their daily lives.
Correct. So why would you read something, right, that you don't have anything to learn from it? Of course, we will read a story that we can get something from it. Because sometimes reading a story can give us comfort. What? It gives us answers to our thoughts. And it also provides solutions to our problems. Now, based on our story of The Giving Tree, what do you think are the possible moral of this story? Yes, Ms. Handy.
I think one moral that the Giving Tree teaches us is generosity and unconditional love. Just like the tree who gave everything she had to them, just to see the little boy happy, regardless if right? As I said, she gave everything she had, so she didn't think of herself. Instead, she just thought of the boy and his house.
Okay, so the tree is being selfless, right? Alright, so in addition to Ms. Hannah said a while ago, the moral of the Giving Tree reminds us that true love often means giving without expecting anything back in return. So it already encourages us to be thankful for those who give to us, like parents, teachers, or friends, and show them love and respect in return. So moral lessons in a story are important because they teach us the difference between right and wrong. That's it for the elements of this story. So may I call on teacher Gracie Baduyo to facilitate our first activity.
Okay, so now that we have discussed the elements of the story, now we have here some sentences and you have to identify which are the following action, the exposition, the rising, the climax, and the following action, and the resolution. Okay, so we have here, does anyone wants to try? For the let's
giving tree. The blank focuses on the boy's increasing demands on the tree as he ages. The tree generously provides for his needs, from apples to branches, and finally is strong, as he transitions from a child to a man and then to an old man.
Okay, so do you think, what part of the plant is this?
Since he could
So in the giving tree, the rise in action on the boy increasing demands on the GSP. The tree generously provides for his needs, opposite practice and kindly, and he has just from child to man, then son. Okay, so we have here the rising action. And then we have here in the shell, silver themes, the giving tree. The blank begins after the climax where the tree is reduced to a stump and the boy returns to it as an old man. So this is when the boy and the tree acknowledges the consequences of the relationship, with the boy realizing the depth of the tree's sacrifice and the tree finding the happiness in providing a place for the boy to rest. So, okay, Ms. Angel.
I will read it again now. In Shaw's silver themes, the giving tree. The following action begins after the climax where the tree is reduced to a stump and the boy returns to it as an old man. This is when the boy and the tree acknowledge the consequences of their relationship, with the boy realizing the depth of the tree's sacrifice and the tree finding happiness in providing a place for the boy to rest.
Okay, so very good. So this is the falling action. And then we have here, in Shelter Silver Seeds, the giving tree, the blank, sees the boy, now an old man, returning to the tree, which has become a stump. Okay. The boy, who has been selfish throughout his life, finally recognizes needs for the tree's branches. He sits on the stump, finds comfort in the tree's remaining form, and experiences a sense of peace and acceptance. The tree, despite having given everything, is happy to provide a place for the boy to rest in. I think that part is the resolution. Okay, so this part is the resolution of the story. You're correct. And then we have here the next. Okay,
Shelter is still this time, given tree, the exposition establishes a young boy's joyful relationship with the tree. Takes her and touches her and eats her apple. Enjoys the tree's generous presence in his life.
okay, very good. And now we have here the last one.
The climax is reached when the boy, no longer needing anything from the tree, returns as an old man. He is not content to simply sit on the tree's stump, a symbol of his acceptance of the tree's limited resources and his old age.
Okay, so it looks like everyone was able to understand the story and everyone answered everything correctly. So let's proceed to our next activity. We have here Ms. Dayan.
Alright, so thank you for your active participation during our first activity. To command your active participation in our activity, let's do the Rupamine clap. Okay, so let's introduce the Rupamine clap. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, todo na to! So please stand up and do the clap. 1, 2, 3, go! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, todo na to! Perfect, perfect. So,
And now let's move to our another activity, which is called What Would You Do If? So everyone please read the instruction.
Each group will receive a different real-life scenario. Your task is to think of how you would respond to show kindness, giving, or selflessness in that situation. You can present your answer in any of these ways. A short skit, acted out, a simple song or jingle, a short written response or essay, read aloud by one group member. Choose the one your group prefers.
Okay, so for this will be our group 1, Michelle and Destiny. Group 2 will be Hannah and Blazel, and group 2 will be Hannah and Blazel, and group 3 will be Kisha and Amber. So each, may I request one representative per group to pick an apple of what you will do, if it's a skit, a jingle, or essay. So, one representative per group.
Alright, guys, so class, so please settle down and take a seat. Please sit down. So may I ask the group 1 what will they give? Simple song or jingle. Simple song or jingle. For group 2 you have short skit, and for our last group,
Short written response or essay.
alright, so we'll be giving you 5 minutes to prepare and conceptualize the ideas we want to show to us in class. Alright?
And this will be your scenario. Someone accidentally knocks over your water bottle in class and doesn't apologize. What can you do to stay calm and respond maturely? Or you're having a good day, but your seatmate looks upset. What can you do to check in and brighten their mood? Or you can choose an elderly neighbor is struggling to carry groceries home. What would you do if you saw them on your way home from school? Or last, your little sibling broke your favorite toy by accident. How can you react in a kind and understanding way?
So if you understand class,
Yes, ma'am.
alright, so we will be giving you 5 minutes to conceptualize your ideas and present or show it in front of the class. Alright? Yes, ma'am, of course. Let's start the time. I think they are very thinking. What do you think they're thinking? Oh, your idea is very nice. So class, you still have 2 minutes left.
Okay, so you only have 1 minute left before you perform your repeat your jingle and the essay. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, who wants to go first? I think the essay team is now ready to perform.
Esteemed classmates, panel of presenters, as a student, and individuals who are capable of providing assistance to those who need it, it is not only our responsibility to help others, but also reflects our character and moral values. In this situation, I would go over to where the old man is and offer to help in carrying the heavy groceries, rather than simply ignoring the scenario. That will be all. Thank you.
Okay, what an amazing presentation. To commend the group 3, let's give them the cardio clap. Cardio clap. Miss Diane, please demonstrate what is, we will demonstrate what is cardio clap.
So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bang, bang.
So you have two feet in front of them.
1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bang, bang, bang.
Very good. So we have the next presenter.
That's it.
Wait lang. Three,
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god! It's broken! It's not my toy, it's my other toy. What am I gonna do? That's it, like, Mom. Wait. What happened? Bless you. Why are you crying? I broke your toy. I didn't mean to. It was just an accident. Next time, you shouldn't be playing with other people's toys, okay? But what's important is you said sorry and it was all an accident. Are you okay? I'm not okay, but I feel so guilty because it's not my toy, it's your toy. I don't have enough money to buy a new one. No, it's okay. Again, we are all people and we come with mistakes. We should also always have grace to forgive others and do that.
Thank you for the very emotional performance. To commend them, let's give them the Atisa Panalo clap. So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Everyone please stand. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, for our last presenter, the Jingle Group. The Jingle Group.
Second verse, yes,
Three, two, one, go.
In this situation, what are you gonna do? Stop, breathe, and
and smile.
Do it.
Cause you're right.
Stop, breathe, and smile.
Do it cause it's right.
Okay. Congratulations to all the groups that you've shown very exemplary performance. So let's give ourselves the Rufa May clap. Everyone, please stand. In 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we've discussed the elements of a story. So a while ago, we discussed the 5 characters that are found in fiction, which are the round, dynamic, flat, static, and what's the thought? And stock character. And also we discussed the setting, the conflict, the plot, which are the exposition, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the denouement or resolution. And also we discussed a while ago how to identify the theme and mood of a story. And now, to test if you really understand our topic for today, let's have our quiz. Everyone, please bring out your English notebook. Okay? Are you done with the quiz?
Yes, sir.
This is the answer key. Everyone, please, who got the perfect score? Okay, everyone got the perfect score. And so before we continue, let's complete the phrase, I have learned that. Who wants to answer? What have you learned? Yes, Miss Lida. What have you learned during our discussion?
So today I learned about the elements or different components of a story, especially we were discussing about Shel Silverstein's story of the Giving Tree.
So what lesson can we get from the story? Yes, Miss Sergina.
The lesson we can learn from the story is selflessness, generosity, and empathy.
And to give us the assignment, may I call Miss Alina?
So this is your assignment. Kindly bring out your assignment notebook and copy our assignment. But first, let's read the instruction.
Write a reflection composed of 1 to 2 well-developed paragraphs. In your reflection, answer the following guide questions. How does understanding the elements of a story help you appreciate literature more deeply? You may discuss what you learned about storytelling, how the different elements such as character, setting, and plot made the story more meaningful, and how this knowledge can help you in reading or writing other stories in the future.
Based on for the criteria of this assignment, we will just send it later in our GC. And to end, let's have the quote of the day. Everyone, please read.
The most beautiful kind of love is the one that gives without asking and stays without being told.
So once again, my name is Kevin Pinot.
Ang ginagalo.